If you've ever found yourself sitting there staring down the blinking cursor of doom, struggling to put words on the page, congratulations. First of all, you have a pulse. You're a living, breathing human person and not a robot, so that's good. And second of all, you're in luck because today I'm going to be sharing 5 common and totally avoidable mistakes that could be causing the dreaded writer's block. Now, for each of these mistakes, I'll be telling you what to do instead, and I'll also be sharing some of my favorite resources to help you. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, but rest assured, they're all going to be linked in the description below. Okay, mistake number 1 is sitting down to write without a plan in mind. Now, unless you're doing just a general brain dump or something, I think it's always helpful to have some sort of an idea of what you're sitting down to write, as in ahead of time. Whether it's a blog post or a social media caption, I suggest choosing one dedicated place to store and organize your content ideas. And for this, I love the content calendar template that's included inside Louise Henry's course, Uplevel with Asana. I use the free version of Asana to manage everything from my calendar to every single one of my projects, as well as my own content. And what has really made it so incredibly helpful are the many templates that are included inside this course. I love that I can go into my content calendar in Asana and at a glance see what topic I'm going to be writing about on any given day. Just sitting down and knowing I'm going to be sharing 5 tips about X, Y, and Z, it really helps orient me to the task in front of me, and I just find the process of getting started is so much easier. Mistake number 2 is neglecting to give yourself adequate time to write whatever it is that you're trying to write. I mean, of all the possible conditions you could be writing under, I think crushing time pressure is perhaps the least desirable. It's also the least conducive to creativity. This is one of our essential communication superpowers, and it's vital to connecting meaningfully with your audience. It's also vital to protecting against burnout in your business. If your stress is through the roof and you've got one eye glued to the clock as you're trying to write creatively, it's just not going to be a good time. Trust me on this. Instead, I recommend you plan ahead and carve out time. I also think it's a good idea to proactively plan margin in your schedule for creative inspiration. So that means you're not just carving out the minimum amount of time it takes to hammer out a blog post, but you're building in extra space to say, go for a walk and just kind of dictate some notes to yourself. That's part of the writing process too, but it doesn't just happen. We have to create that extra space in our own schedule. That's one of the most common things I tell my copy coaching clients and students in my programs. Clear, compelling, effective copy doesn't just happen. It is the inevitable byproduct of lots of planning along the way. And by the way, if you're new here, hi, I'm Michaela Bucchianeri, psychologist turned copy coach, and I help you bring more of your in-person magic to your online presence, attracting dream clients, patients, and customers with words that connect. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe for new videos each week. Okay, if extreme time pressure is the enemy of creativity, then no time pressure at all is the end of productivity. Ever wonder why that term paper you had all semester to work on back in school got written in the final days leading up to the deadline? No way around it, friend. Work expands in proportion to the amount of time allotted for its completion. I didn't make that up. It's Parkinson's law. It is an immutable fact, but don't worry, we can work with this. If you're not already familiar with the Pomodoro technique, aka the work sprint, allow me to change your life. It's a simple concept, but oh boy, is it powerful. Now, there's lots of different ways to use a work sprint, but for the purposes of making progress on your writing and punching writer's block in the face, here's what I recommend. Choose a writing task, whatever it is that you want to work on, and set a timer for 25 minutes. There's lots of free timers online for this. I'll link one of my favorites below, but you can totally just use the timer on your phone. And then at the end of that 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break. Now, this is crucial. For the 25 minutes that you're working, you gotta be working. No other tabs open on your screen unless it's directly related to what you're working on. No organizing your sock drawer, no returning phone calls. Your head is in the game for 25 minutes, but just for 25 minutes. And then when the timer ends and it's time for that 5-minute break, here's the second key. You got to take the break. You can't keep powering ahead or else the spell will be broken. And then at the end of that 5-minute break, you go back and do another 25-minute work sprint. At the end of that, you take another 5-minute break, and you can do this as many times as you like, but after about 4 work sprints, I recommend taking a longer break. Now you can fit these into your schedule however you like. You could look at your schedule ahead of time and block off an entire morning, say, to work on this, or you can seize the opportunity when it presents itself. On hold with insurance, client session canceled, waiting for a new season of your favorite Netflix show to drop, do a work sprint. Now, if you've never tried a work sprint before, it can take a few rounds to get the hang of things. But over time, as your brain begins to trust the rhythm of focus and rest and focus and rest, you will be amazed by what you can accomplish by aiming your undivided attention on one writing task at a time. I'm telling you, work sprints are pure magic. Give it a try. Come back and tell me if I'm wrong. The 4th mistake that can contribute to writer's block is trying to write from scratch every time, as in you staring down a blank Google Doc. Like, what could be worse? I love to write, and I would never subject myself to the agony of trying to write something for my business from scratch. Instead, I embrace templates. I use templates for everything in my business. Blog posts, emails, captions, sales pages. The script for this YouTube video began as a template. There's something so comforting about sitting down to a nice, solid structure and just filling in the pieces as you go. I love templates so much, in fact, that I baked one right into my free Copy Bank challenge. And you are very welcome to join me inside my free 3-day Copy Bank challenge. It's going to help you create your own bank of magic words to attract more of the right clients to your business. Alyssa says that creating a copy bank has forever changed the way I write. Michaela's strategies for finding words that resonate with my dream clients are genius. You can sign up at the link below, and I can't wait to support you inside. And the final mistake that can lead to writer's block is forcing it to happen when it's just not gonna happen. If you've got your topic, a good amount of time, and a solid template to work with, and the words still won't come, it might be time to just push away from the desk and take a little break. But, not just any old break will do here. The key to making this tip work for you is to spend your time away from the screen mindfully. A few options to experiment with. You could move your body. I can't explain it, but somehow shaking up your physical state has a way of shaking some new ideas loose. So go for a walk, do some stretches, and see what happens. Or you could do something to recharge your creative battery a bit. Turn on some music, flip through a favorite book, take a few minutes to doodle right there at your desk. By engaging your mind without the goal of writing, you might actually find it easier to get some writing done when you come back. Finally, and I know this might feel funky if you haven't tried it before, consider recording yourself instead. Just pull up your phone's voice memo and start talking about the topic you want to write about. What are the main ideas you want your reader to take away? Talk about each one in your normal, casual speaking voice. Don't overthink it. And then play it back, and you'll be amazed at how the writing just starts to flow from there. I don't know why, but that last tip works every time. So give it a try and come back and let me know how it worked for you. And for more tips to help you out, check out this playlist right here. Happy writing!